Morning. And you say red eye, they'll know exactly what you're talking about.
Right on. That's probably other technology. You're gonna be able to say, hey, this is my portfolio of work I've actually completed, as opposed to here's my scorecard.
Yeah, exactly. That's like the main argument for it. So
I work with like in the software development space. So if you're ever looking for kind of that next spot, I might know someone that
yeah, for sure.
big, like I sell to like the directors and VPs, and sometimes I got the hiring things. I can put in a good word if that's.
You slam on the.
There's like bubbles.
You
So
can
you're
get the
tapping
bubbles
out
away.
the bubbles, yeah, on here. That's alright.
That's solid though.
I messed it up.
What? Damn, son.
It looks like a
Come on
bug
now.
more than a swan.
Yeah, but
It's got some wings with it. Oh my god, that's so hard. I don't know, it feels okay. I'm gonna just put this on the side of my bed frame. Okay. I'm done here.
Visual size in it. But it's super good. I also kind of want to get a frozen pizza. Or maybe I'll also, just because my shoulders have been hurting lately. And this
How long is this video for? 2 hours? Heaven just left me now. Right in the How do I even mess this up? Neither of the yolks are good.
He was finally heading to Worlds, thanks in no small part to guys like
A lot of people that I've talked to, the casters and analysts coming to this event, peg this as